You can imagine a scenario where the president come to Kiambu and a session of introducing leaders is taken over by one person. While the governor is seated there, the speaker is seated there, majority leader from the national government is the one who purports to be introducing MCAs. When the governor is seated there, when the speaker is seated there, and he assumes they are not there. I think we have a problem. And I can tell you, if we do not, as Kiambu leaders, think backwards and decide to shun external forces from interfering in Kiambu politics, we are going to end up losing development, and 2027 we will be staggered so that our votes are not in one basket.
I did speak to the majority leader last week. He was actually the previous guest, and he did speak of when there was an occasion that involved, I think, tea or coffee meeting, and there were leaders that had colluded to, heckle the president. And when the president did not come, of course, he castigated against them. And he said there are specific leaders who are causing rifts in Kiambu County. I bet, or I presume he was alluding to leaders from Kiambu County. What then would resolve this impasse between leaders in Kiambu County?
That is what I told you, that there are leaders who think that they are prefects of others. And every leader who has been elected by the people of Kenya should never be ignored. Majority Leader Kimani Ichung'wah does not come from a region where there is coffee. He knows nothing about coffee. He doesn't have a single tree. He doesn't have a single tea bush. Personally, I come from a coffee and tea zone. I have been on the forefront, even in the National Assembly, in championing matters tea, matters coffee. I'm actually the caucus chair of caucus on tea and coffee in the National Assembly. I actually started the caucus myself. In my 20 years of media activities, I hammered tea, coffee issues every morning. I am a farmer. I own I own coffee farms. So when a majority leader comes and bulldozes on a meeting where he understands nothing, and because he understands nothing, the only thing he can do is to use proxies who are planted into such meetings to come and bring chaos, what do you expect out of that meeting? Are we together? And I am laughing when I hear majority leader says that there are people who are planning to heckle president. Then it means him as a majority leader, he is a failure. How can the president be heckled in majority leader's county? I think the majority leader should be the center of unity. He should actually be the example in the whole country that I am the majority leader of the National Assembly. I control over 270 MPs, and therefore 13 MPs cannot be a problem to him. Then it means President Ruto should think twice whether he has the right majority leader. We had another majority leader in the previous National Assemblies, like the Duale. When did you hear that the president is being heckled in Garissa? Have you ever heard? Every time the president visited Garissa, he went there as a hero. So President Ruto should think very seriously about his majority leader, because his majority leader is not building Ruto. He's actually degrading Ruto and eroding Ruto politically. What do you think the 60 plus MCAs of Kiambu are thinking about UDA government, when every day they are in constant fights that are planted by a majority leader who serves in the National Assembly? What do you think the governor feels and think when MCAs confess to him that we are being sponsored by so-and-so to scatter you? What do you think even the voters of Kiambu are thinking? Yesterday I was in the village.
Yes.
And I asked people, are you comfortable with this kind of mess? I have, for over 1 year, consolidated coffee farmers in my constituency. Consolidated means I have been at it, visiting their local factories, listening to their issues, solving small problems that they have. And then when we are just about to win, because yesterday we were winning, we have already won by reviving a dead coffee mill for Komodai Coffee Society. A mill that shut down in 1986. It was revived yesterday, courtesy of Wamuchomba's effort, the farmers' effort, and the governor's effort. What do you think those farmers are thinking? What do you think they are saying? They are saying, we want people who are pro-maendeleo, not people who are coming to tell us, I am the majority leader, I am close to President Ruto, I go to State House anytime I want, because that is how our majority leader behaves when he comes to our villages. He should shed off his ego, realize that he's a servant of the people,